Safety is taking center stage for the Trump campaign right now. Here's a look at the heightened security at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. And his team says to expect this level of security moving forward. Now, they're not canceling any planned events, but Secret Service is certainly urging Trump to move all future rallies indoors. We know last week the former president nixed any plans to meet with supporters outside of the RNC in Milwaukee and has discussed the need to pivot rally plans moving forward. Charles Marino is a former Department of Homeland Security advisor and is joining us live on this. Charles, it's always good to see you. And let's talk about this. Trump is known for these large-scale rallies, supporters lining up all day to see him, people just packed in here. Will moving these events indoors at all dim the momentum or the ability for him to really connect with his base?
There's no doubt, Natasha, that the failed assassination attempt against the former president has been a big black eye for the Secret Service, and they're going to have to struggle to not only regain the trust and confidence of the American people that they can do their job, but also from those that they protect. The messaging on this and that it sends is absolutely horrific for the agency, because the message is that faith has been lost that they can protect the people they're responsible for protecting during outside events. So they need to work to fix that and fix it quickly. The men and women of the agency are devoted to the mission. The question has been with the leadership and with the necessary resources to do that. But as you bring up, and rightfully so, many campaign events, especially across areas that don't have arenas or stadiums, rely on holding grand outdoor events. And the responsibility of the agency is to be able to create and implement security plans that mitigate the risks so those events can be held.
You bring up a really interesting point. So this actually dictates somewhat where these rallies can be held, because if it has to be indoors, if you do not have a giant stadium, a giant enclosed space, it means that you may not be able to hold this in a rural area. Is that right?
Well, look, I think Butler, Pennsylvania is the perfect example where you have an event space that is built from scratch, ground up, and is a temporary site that is there to only hold the event in a wide open space. And so, yeah, of course, it's going to be limiting. Of course, it's horrible messaging for the agency because it's leading Americans to believe that the agency cannot conduct their protective responsibilities in outdoor spaces. Now, personally, I disagree with that. I think the agency must be able to demonstrate that they can provide this necessary security wherever one of their protectees goes. And what happened in Pennsylvania was a gross failure of the overall security planning that can never happen again. This is going to be a long road for the agency in restoring their credibility with the American public and the people they protect.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And the faith that the public has in them, absolutely. Can you help us understand the difference between indoor and outdoor events when it comes to security? By their nature, are indoor events much easier to secure? And what risks do you still face with security with an indoor event?
Certainly, indoor events provide more contained concerns regarding threats. Yes, you're still paying attention to the outdoor areas, but they're not impacting you the same as they are at outdoor events. Outdoor events, the security design and implementation must be more fluid, including the established perimeters that are created. For example, I have said from day one that the building that the shooter shot from should have absolutely 100% been included within the Secret Service established perimeters. At outdoor events, the threats drive the establishment of the perimeters, and that should have been treated as such. In indoor arenas, you don't have as many outdoor line of sight threats coming into the to the building or the arena. However, you do still have to make sure that everybody is screened and that you are paying attention to a wide variety of threats.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.